What is it about dragon boating, or maybe the team specifically, that keeps you paddling, that keeps you going, like after all these years?
Well, to me, it's because it's my baby, kind of, right? I've been there since the very first day, so it's kind of hard to let go. And plus, I just like being out there and people are nice. I think that goes the same with a lot of things you do. If you really enjoy being with the people around, even like say at work, you like working with the people, then you enjoy it. Same thing with dragon boating to me.
When there's nowhere else to run, is there room for one more sun? One more sun. If you can hold on, if you can hold on, hold on. I wanna stand up, I wanna let go. You know, no, you don't. I wanna shine on in the hearts of men. I wanna mean it from the back of my broken hand. Another headache, another heartbreak. I'm so much older than I can take. In my affection, well, it comes and goes. I need direction to perfection. No, help me out. Yeah, you know you gotta.
You guys start, stay with it! Do not waste it! Do not waste it, stay in there, relax! Breathe!
help me out. Yeah. And when there's nowhere else to run, is there room for one more sun? These changes ain't changing me, the cold-hearted boy I used to be. Yeah, you know you gotta help me out. Yeah, don't you put me on the back burner. You know you gotta help me out. Yeah, you're gonna bring yourself down. Yeah, you're gonna bring yourself down. Yeah, you're gonna bring yourself down.
The most memorable moment in Space Dragons history for me is when the men's boat capsized in Treasure Island. I was calling that boat, and it was pretty funny to see it, because I'm actually watching down the boat. We had, men's boat is always pretty heavy, so you sit pretty low in the water as it is. And we had Paul Len steering, and he was one of our main steers people at the time. We're going out Treasure Island. It was like an afternoon race, so the water gets a little bit rougher in the afternoon there, and there was a current such that boats that are lining up facing the finish line are drifting backwards, and so we're coming in to line up, and we have to pass behind a couple boats, and they're drifting backwards, and Paul turns us pretty close to the other boats, and the other boats are still drifting, and I can just see it where the tail starts kind of coming of one other boat starts coming over the side of our gunnel, and guys on our team are trying to avoid the tail, so they're all leaning this way, and the boat's still creeping up, so there's this little wave of people going like this as the tail's crossing by, and I saw it in slow motion.
No. We make that turn, you see that tail whipping by, and you see everybody getting ready. You see the first person leaning over, and the second person leans over, and as it comes by, more and more people start leaning. And so Rod was in front of me. He grabs his slippers, gets ready, and I see after a while it was all synchronized swimming. All the guys just dive overboard.
No! Like, I think I basically bailed. I mean, like, I jumped off the boat before it actually, like, tipped.
I remember bobbing around out in the water and them throwing us a 5-gallon bucket and expecting us to empty the boat out while waves were breaking over the gunnel. So, yeah, I think what I had heard was the first time in the 12 years that anybody had hoolied. And, of course, 2 heats after we hoolied, another boat hoolied. So at least they had some practice before the second boat went over.
I pop up. I'm like, this is great. I love swimming. I look around. Make sure you have your partner, because we all have that same rule. You know, grab your head. Make sure you don't bump your head. And check for your partner. And then I realized everybody has a partner except for me. And I start screaming out, Cease, where are you? He pops up on the other side of the boat. He's like, I'm here. But apparently he went after like Robert's butt pad floating away.
Yeah, so I heard somebody was in tears.
I don't know if somebody was in tears, but I think it was like David Louis was like, where's Caesar? Where's Caesar? Or something like, or like Caesar was someone. David Louis was involved in whatever, like, where's so-and-so? You know, like everyone trying to make sure they found their benchmates, and then we're all like crowded around the boat. We gotta flip it over, and it's full of water. People getting in to like bail.
Yeah, I think a lot of us were kind of in shock. A lot of us were obviously disappointed we didn't get the race. But yeah, it was definitely a very memorable experience. I remember Wade making the point that we had to take pride and have a good showing even though we weren't racing. So I was on the chase boat, but they did complete the race with a partially populated boat even though they weren't really racing.
The best part of that story, though, was I remember 1 or 2 heats before we went out, they said, be careful, guys. There's a great white spotted out there in the bay. And I was like, hey, wait, did you hear that? There's a great white out there. He's like, just don't tip over. Yeah. I went up to him while we were in the water. I'm like, wait, do you remember what we were talking about? He's like, shut up! Shut up! I'm like, okay.
Bounce, work. We got work. Bounce, work. We got work. We got work. Don't stop. We don't stop. Bounce, work. Bounce, work. Bounce, work. Bounce, do it. We got work. We got work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes the pro with a flow that'll make you put your work on hold. Relax your mind and everybody pretend that the week is gone and we headed for the weekend. Party all night, party hard like a rock star till you wake up in the back of a cop car. Live by the bar, it's no surrender.
Sexy legs, Dylan.
Till you can't remember. I'm so gone every month's November. No one's home, return to sender. Sunday comes and you're late for church. Take 5 days off and it's back to work. Bounce, work, bounce, work, bounce, work, bounce. Do it 9 to 5, overtime, 9 to 5, on the grind. Bounce, work, bounce, work, bounce, work, bounce. Do it 9 to 5, overtime, 9 to 5, on the grind. Make a leg, big mama, sound into it. Put your soul into it. You got feeling like a Buddhist. Roll to the music. Old truck space in a big body Buick. My ways are warm, we can break a sweat. I'm about to work every inch like an architect. They get stuck all wet like a laundromat. Spin, let the DJ blaze a set. All my office outlaws, raise your pins. Cause your boss can't tell you how to shake your ends. You ain't late till the last call waitress says 2 to 1 ratio survey says bounce. Bounce. Do it 9 to 5, overtime, 9 to 5, on the grind. Bounce, work, bounce, work, bounce, work, bounce. Do it 9 to 5, overtime, 9 to 5, on the grind. Pull a little something, this is how we does. Follow each step, but we catch a buzz. At the back of the club, we be drinking till we nauseous. Acting a damn fool like girls really watch us. Bubbles on the crack and the party's never boring. Girls never wild with the camcorder rolling. When you tell her, your first assignment with your new hair, cool outfit. You're the flyest, shake your little waist.
Joe says no means no drinking and no sex before tournaments. Or for a more family-friendly way of saying this, no drinking, no alcohol. I don't know how to say it family-friendly. But be good. But I believe it originates from our Las Vegas race, I think in 2005 maybe, or 2006. I think 2006, where several people from our team, who will be unnamed for now, show up to Vegas early. And the Vegas race, I mean, we used to go to that every year. It was a great race. One-day tournament, Saturday only, and you can stay on the premises of the Lake Las Vegas area, that little lake there, and like really nice hotels, and like plus a little promenade area with, amongst other things, a wine bar.
It started off just fine. So in Vegas, they have this wine bar. And so Wade and I were there early on Friday because we went to the captain's meeting and whatnot in the afternoon. So it was like, oh, let's go grab a glass of wine at the wine bar. And that was all we were going to do. Trouble came when what's her name? Peggy came. Oh my gosh.
So blame the person who's no longer on the team.
Yes.
But she is to be blamed, I
You
swear.
get there, and they're like, yeah, we're at the wine bar, come meet us here. And they could not stand straight. And I remember, I think it was Wade going to sign his bills, like looking for the pen, and it's like,
And we met this couple. In the
Is this
table
where the
next
golf
to
cart?
us. Yes. And we started talking, and they said, hey, you guys want to come to our place? By that time, we were pretty buzzed. We're like, yeah, why not? So we all hop on the golf cart, drove I don't know where, down to this big old house by the lake. And in their house, they have this refrigerator just for liquor. It was beers and liqueurs, everything you can find. So we drank some more over there. Not to mention that we're risking our lives hopping on that golf cart. But luckily, they weren't some sort of axe murder. They did bring us back, but by that time we were pretty drunk. And I think that was when Emily, Janet, and Mike walked up to us, and the looks on their face I would never forget. They were like,
and we tried to get everyone to bed, and we're going to bed, and the second we get into our room, Pearl beelines it for one of the beds and plops down on it and passes out. And we try and force her to drink Gatorade, and she's like, no, no. And another girl that used to paddle on our team, Christina, she had definitely had too much red wine, and she went to the bathroom and threw up everywhere, and it was red wine throw up everywhere. We actually pointed her towards the bathtub because the toilet and the sink were too small of a target. And it was like a spray. It wasn't like a pointed. It was a very long night before everyone got to go to sleep. It was probably past 2 a.m, maybe 3 a.m. I don't even remember, before everything calmed down enough to go to sleep. And we wake up the next morning and people were hungover. Our caller was hungover. And, for good reason, there were a lot of people who were a little bit disappointed. If you go out there to race, you you shouldn't let down your team by not being able to paddle, right? Or not being at your best for the rest of your team. So that was a major lessons learned.
Space dragons are just different in that the newbies come in and they're immediately part of the family. And they like to have a good time. And there doesn't seem to be any kind of boundaries with regards to having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, when people are in need, they all seem to step up, and they're there for support.
It's very much a family. Everybody enjoys spending time with each other, whether it's on the water or off the water. We hang out together for Super Bowl and New Year's, and some people even get together for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I think the fact that we enjoy spending so much time together off the water too, is a big part of just the Space Dragons culture in general.
I initially started as kind of my getaway, doing this on my own away from the kids. And then I think there was a lot of apprehension because when Samantha started, she was only 11. And I remember some of the other moms saying that this was not a good environment. But I think that, what was really key was that Joe, was more than willing to allow them to paddle. And Deidre and Caesar were extremely welcoming. And so we just felt comfortable.
Dream that everyone was happy. High fives and people laughing, drinking, having good times. Food for all, games to play. Everyone, every day. Air balloons soaring to the sky as pillow clouds were white, and butterflies go flapping to the rhythm of the happy vibe. Sun shining, birds flying, melodies and sacred breeze. Then I woke up and looked outside the window for a sunrise. Rain is falling, a gloomy kind of day, it doesn't feel so right. But she yawns next to me, it's love that I see. I do believe this life is a dream.
I can only think of one word, and that is wow. That's my word. My word is awesome. I'm just really, really proud of the team. I mean, I don't think I could have imagined that the season would be this amazing. Coming out of, or just kind of, because even our last off season was kind of tricky because we had a late start because of the San Diego tournament last year. We didn't even start our off season practices until December. And then it's the banquet, rainy season. So really, we had no off season last year. We basically started January 1st. This is it. If I think back to then and just yeah, I never ever would have imagined that like this is how our season would be. Just how close everyone has gotten this year, you know, how strong everyone has gotten. I mean, I think everyone, like so many of our teammates, like just personal improvements on themselves, or just, you know, in terms of like living healthy lifestyles and getting stronger, reaching those, you know, whatever those goals are. You know, I think a lot of people have achieved and even exceeded those goals. Like, I'm just really proud of everyone. I'm just really excited that it all came together like that. Just the always in the moment, you know, and I felt that from everybody. Always focused on the next race, focused on, not even the next race, but the next workout. Oh, Tuesday's coming up, time to go to a workout. Oh, Saturday's coming up, you know, Friday night, can't stay out too late, gotta make it to practice. You know, Sunday we got practice again, Wednesday we got practice. You know, everyone was just in this, it was just like being in the zone the whole season.
record reflect the records we set. Best foot forward with every step, and let's push towards it. Never regress, and let's remember if ever we get down, the places that we came from round, and all the good times on the bad side of town. The upside of bad, flip it upside down. Came from the bottom, but we up high now. Believe, and from this view we achieved. We look back at the rules we received, and how we broke those, dismantled and rewrote those. And the ghost still alive in the photos. Sounds of the summer, day and gold wise. Cold wind blowing through a city on fire. Moments of the past, came here to find you. Not to relive them, just to remind you. Take me to that old familiar place. Take me to memories we won't erase. Take me to all that we had, good and the bad. I'll never forget you. I'll never let you go. I'll never forget you. I'll always remember, I hope you know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And let the evidence show the future's so bright, it's never been more. Not like tonight, we walk into the glow, right into the light. The past all around us, the time of our life. The first love kisses, the broke heart disses. This is just like a first class ticket back to the first written rap. The crumbled up paper and the pen with no cap. The hand-me-down clothes and the unturned hat. The hookers on the corner and the kids selling crack. The needles in the yard where we used to play catch. Stories from the projects we could never go at. A two, these are shades of my youth. Trials of a child, everything truth. Moments of the past, coming back to find us. Not to relive them, just to remind us. Take me to that old familiar place. Take me to memories we won't erase. Take me to all that we had, good and the bad. I'll never forget you. I'll never let you go. I'll never forget you. I'll always remember, I hope you know. Yeah, 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 yeah. Everything cherished, remembered in my heart. So you will never perish, you will never part. I tell them all about you, drumming in the park. We put you in the ground, but I see you in the stars. Go and take a bow, a round of applause. The best that ever, always ready we are. Love always shines, that's how I find you. In case you forgot, I hope this reminds you. Now, take me to